G'day, I'm Bob from Paradise, or Rare Plants, some of you know us. Rare Plants is our website, and our business name's always been Paradise Distributors for the last 30 years. Today we're going to talk about interstate quarantine. If you live in the states of Western Australia, Northern Territory or Tassie, you can't just bring plants in from the other states, as if you live there you well know that. And we're one of the few companies that actually do a concierge service for quarantine, where you can bring plants in from other nurseries that you can't get into your state, and we'll do the quarantine process on them and send them to you. But in actual fact, we've been sending to these states and doing the quarantine protocol for about 20 odd years, and we started the concierge service I think it was about 3 years ago. So I'm going to talk about the process of how to get plants into your state if you're a quarantine state, and what you have to do. It's quite a simple process from your point of view, but it's a very tricky process from ours. So we have to get everything right to do the job well. There's quite a lot to it. So let me think where I'll start.
Just hand it a bit closer so I can hear that.
I've covered that part. Okay, so the quarantine process for interstate is, this is a completely different thing to what we were talking about last time with international quarantine coming into Australia. The protocol's completely different, and the plants don't actually go into a physical quarantine for 3 months like they have to for international. Interstate quarantine is a process. It's a process of treating the plants with first a cover spray, and also giving the plants for pouring chemical treatment onto the plant like that. So there's 6 different chemicals involved with that. So a lot of people think, well, that's terribly nasty, it's going to kill the plant, but we don't think the plant's ever died from that. We use the same treatment on some of our other plants occasionally, or we have plants that are treated and didn't actually go out. We've been watching this for 20 odd years, and there's no harm to the plants whatsoever. And anyone who tells you any different is really getting carried away with themselves. So we have a chemical treatment. We have an inspection by the Department of Agriculture in Queensland, and we have to get an approval from the state that you're in for the plants that we're going to send. I'll tell you what your obligations are, and there's only 3 of them. This is for concierge, right? So I'm talking about concierge now. If you buy plants out of our nursery, like any of these here, or we've got 16 other sheds full of plants, you're buying them out of our nursery, we do all that quarantine process automatically. So I'm going to talk more, and we've been doing that for a long time, but I'm going to talk to you about concierge, which is buying from another nursery. Plants that you can't get, that we haven't necessarily got. We haven't got it. There's millions of plants, and we haven't got them all. Some plant you particularly want, you can get it from another nursery, get them to send it to us with your name on it, and we'll do the treatment, the inspections, and all the approvals, and get it sent direct to you, direct to your house, or a overnight courier. All our stuff goes to those states by overnight courier. So here's an example. Here's some boxes that came in this morning, and we haven't actually opened them. We just took the top off, and well, here's a great example. Now we're going to give you a few please don't do things, but whoever sent this plant has covered it. Oh no. Well, there's a plant in there, so obviously we get plants in all forms. So what we usually do is pot the plant up. If it comes potted, well, we leave it in the potting mix that it's come in, as long as there's no soil in the mix. So the plants either come in bare rooted or potted, and we get them in all forms. Now I don't particularly like what's happened with this one. It was a good one to open. But what I was going to say was sometimes plants will come into us and they're completely covered in plastic. Now if you live in Victoria where it's cold and it's winter, then plant completely in plastic might be okay. But if you're completely sending a plant covered in plastic to our humid climate, well, it's going to sweat and you're just as likely to be killing the plant before it even gets here. So be very careful of the way you, people prepare plants, especially Discidias and Hoyas, but Discidias are often come in completely covered in plastic, and the plant arrives sweating, and it is really a no-no. Well, I'll open another one. I'd have to pull this one out. This is a Hoya, quite well prepared in a pot. That's great. We can handle that one really easily. Well prepared. Don't know whose it is, I'm not going to say anyway. And over here, we've got another one that's come in. Ooh. We hate this cross-cut material, but this isn't too bad. Sometimes it's much finer. It's like handling confetti. It gets all over the place. This stuff's fine. It's nice, long threaded material. There's a plant in here. Whoever's packed it has done a good job. It's come out there, and it's actually been loose rooted, and it's quite good preparation. Plants arrive good. They don't all arrive good. For example, you should not be bare rooting Syngonium. What's that? That's a Caladium, or what's this one? They're both Caladium. Caladium, Syngonium, any plant that's got a really thin leaf, don't bare root it. Please leave it in the pot that it's grown in, because you're going to get that sort of a result. We've just potted those up and look how they arrived, and it's not good. So these are the plants that are coming in to us. So what we do is if they've come in bare rooted, we'll put them into one of our pots with our own mix. Like this one will fit nicely into a pot like that. We pick the right pot size for it. We use our own potting mix like this. We'll just have a bucket. People get very fastidious about their potting mix. Well, this potting mix that we use, we grow thousands and thousands of plants, and you can grow just about anything in this. So it's a good coarse mix, good drainage. We've just wet it, just wet it down. So we pot into that mix. This keeps falling out. Okay, so that's the first step. So the plant comes in. I don't know if these have. See, this one's got a label on it, but it's not the full botanical name. But it is a philodendron, I think. So philodendron coursineana. We need the full botanical name of the plant, and that's one of the things that we don't. We find quite difficult if the plant arrives no botanical description. Please put a label with it. See how this one's got a proper label. It's not a full botanical name, but we'll have to work that one out. And when so please get the plants labelled, or at least write the name of the plant. You know. So when the plants arrive, we usually photograph them if there's any problem with the plant. It's quite a process. We pot them if necessary. We put them into a tray with the person's name. We'll see these ones along here. We turn the people's names around, but we put their name on there, and with the tray, some people might have one tray, some people might have one plant, some people might have 50 or 60. So you can see these ones along here. They're we sent last week, so it's just filling up again. For all the this is all the concierge plants. This is our quarantine section here. You just take a shot down along there. This is the quarantine section where we put all the plants. You see we're under polycarbonate roofing, and it's very warm. The plants are under ideal conditions. So the next step, we've labelled them, got a correct botanical ID on them, and the next step is that we treat them with a chemical cover spray and another dipping. That's in the week prior to sending, and then after that we have an inspector come in from the Department of Agriculture, and they charge it about $300 an hour. So we find that they're very efficient and very cooperative. So they inspect the plants. We send documents over to the state, Western Australia, Tasmania, Northern Territory, to get the plants approved. We have to have the complete botanical name, or otherwise they don't know what they're approving, and there's certain plants that aren't allowed. It's a little bit complicated what's not allowed, so I won't go into that here now, but you can always discuss it with us. And Western Australia, for example, have a list called WAOL, WAOL, you only have to look that up. I think something happened. Phone call coming in. Okay. So we do the treatment. We then repack the plants. Got a box here.
No.
Eh?
A box.
The box to unpack.
Oh no, it's...
Can you grab that box, Helen? We're just getting the box. And don't forget we've got the competition. We know we're going to announce in a couple of minutes. We're just going to show you how we pack our plants. But the box, or a box that we use, isn't here at the moment. So we've got our competition winner today. Remember, we do not send out friend requests. We don't send out friend requests from it. This is our business page. We do not send out friend requests. So if someone wants to ask for you to be a friend, it's not from us. And there's a fair bit of this sort of thing going, so just beware. We don't try and sell anything from this page. We'd like you to go to our website, which is www.rareplants.net.au, and when you go there, there's our concierge hub, where you'll learn all about concierge. So if you've got any questions about it, please go there first to our website, rareplants.net.au, click on the concierge hub, and all the information's there. So we're just going to show you how we repack your plants, and this is how we do all our plants that go into those states. Thanks, Dylan. So this is one of our plants that we send. It's an Alocasia wentii. So first of all, so we do this with your plants because we've got them potted. We have to have them in pots so we can treat them and send them so that they'll last a week or two if things get caught up in the mail. But the way we do it, the plants will last for a couple of weeks at least. So we get a plastic bag. We have wet paper in the bottom, and anyone's happy. We'd be happy for anyone to copy this. We've been doing it for years and years. We bring that one up around the plant, close it in like that. We bring another plastic bag up around there, and we put dry paper around the stem of the plant. We bring another plastic bag. We don't cover the plant with the other plastic bag. We just come up to there to hold that in. Then you can lay your plant down in the box with shredded paper. So it's long shredded paper. We protect every leaf, bend them back, put that around, and lay them down. I mean, this is only an example. We'll have shredded paper right through there, and we'll lay the plants across there. Our boxes have to be under 5 kilograms. We can only get so many plants in a box. So if we get sent a plant like this, see how tall it is. Be careful of the plants you order. You know, if they're over 40 centimetres tall, you'll have to pay more for the concierge service. And some people don't seem to worry about that with their plants up to over a metre tall. But it does cost more for you to do that. So, that's the packing of the plants. I think we've covered most of that. So we've got the winner of our competition. It's Natalie Tan. I don't know what state at the moment Natalie's from, But anyway, Natalie will know what state she's from, and that'll be, and this is a true winner. Yep, we don't know what state she's from at the moment, but we will soon. Natalie will give us a call, and we'll sort out the $200 worth of plants of her choice. So we probably haven't covered quite everything because it's easy to forget, but I think we've covered most of it. And remember to like our page. Go to our website, please. Have a look. It's www.rareplants.net.au, and we'll see you next time, which will be in another 3 weeks at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Thank you. Goodbye for now.